We are back! The reset button. Well, I don't have a great intro ready for this tonight. It's the birthday show. We're getting too old for this shit. Man, Tannen, what's going on? Good to have you back. How you been? We've got quite the episode in store for everyone because they fuck you in the drive-thru, diplomatic immunity, all that shit. Where can everyone catch you? All that good stuff.
Sorry, that caught me off guard too. Wow, we were bad at this intro. I'm doing okay. You can catch me on Twitter at Tannen's Bum. You can also catch Travis, as always, at the Hibiki TMD. And, of course, you can enjoy the rest of the shows on the channel, Slam Pigs, all that other shit that you always list and have memorized oh so well.
All that other shit.
All that other shit.
Yeah. It's good to have you back. It's good to be back right here. All that good stuff. And as always, get your official reset button t-shirt at unionsmack.bigcartel.com. All the goodness. And catch me every Monday night, usually Monday Night Melee, Broken Optics on Twitch. If it's a co-op game, bet your ass we're going to play it. Tannen, man, what have you been up to? How's everything been going? And most importantly, we started every episode, what have you been playing?
Things have been going all right. Yeah, just okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of, like I was telling you earlier, I've been playing a lot of those plot, driven games, where you just make choices. And I actually got my mother into them.
How's she feeling Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human and all those? Is she into them?
Yeah, she is. And the fun thing is I control them and she makes the decision. So she tells me what to do. Yeah. Because she had her hands were really injured not too long ago. So.
Oh, I take my laugh back. Sorry about that.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is there. But but anyway, though, it has definitely been keeping us occupied. I mean, so far, we started with Late Shift, which I don't know if you've ever played that, but it's very British game, and it's an FMV game, that's all that is you're just making one choice or the other, or you have like three choices to choose from, and you can beat it, in about an hour and a half. It's the length of a movie. That was the first one that we went through, and her choices were funny. Her ending was one that I had never gotten, so that was interesting, and one that I had never seen. I've watched other people play this game, and I've had people over at my house be like, "Hey, you want to play this?" It's like watching a movie, but here's the controller. And but yeah, the ending that she got was quite interesting. What else did we play? We played The Complex, which was made by the same people who made Late Shift. Again, same concept, you're just making choices. That was pretty interesting as well. And then we played, after that, I was like, let's get something that's a little bit more longer. So we played Heavy Rain, which was the first time I had played it in years. She got probably the best ending that I've ever seen anyone get from the choices that she made. Oh yeah. Then we played Detroit Become Human. Again, she had a different ending, but hers was quite depressing. Oh God. And now we're playing, we're in the middle of Until Dawn, and we've only lost one character so far. And we're almost to the end of it. So that's pretty good.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty damn good. Shit.
Yeah, we lost Matt, and the way that we lost him, it was so out of nowhere. It didn't give me an option to escape or anything. I guess we just had made poor decisions with him. and it just like I made fun of Mom. That I was like, yeah, there you go. In true horror movie fashion, the black man dies first.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man. Um, but yeah, and she was upset about that though because she liked his character, and she was just like, "Oh no, I can't believe that." But at the same time, we were both like, "What the fuck?" Though it wasn't giving me any options to try to escape or any like quick time things. It's just like he just woke up and got dragged and then slammed onto a meat hook,
Yeah.
like through his freaking mouth, the bottom of his mouth. It was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like,
Um,
that's a damn shame. What a way to go.
Hashtag meat hooks.
Yeah, hashtag meat hooks.
Did she
Yeah.
at the point of playing any of these games with you real quick, sorry to cut you off, did she make like the tried and true like mom comments like, wow, games have really come a long way since Pac-Man and Mario? Did that happen, or
She never said something like that, but she did make remarks like, "This just looks so real." And it's funny when she first said that about Late Shift because I'm like, well, it actually is real. Like this is
Right.
actually an interactive movie. And I love it when people like talk about Late Shift. They're like, the graphics are so good. It's like, well, was filmed on a set, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna look real. But then when we got into playing, I was glad that we started with Heavy Rain because she got to actually see it kind of evolve. I mean, I skipped over Beyond Two Souls because I did not feel like playing Ellen Page Cries the game.
I was waiting on it.
So all she fucking does is cry. And I was just like, yeah, we're just gonna skip this one. We're gonna go for Detroit. She really liked Detroit Become Human though. So now the next ones though, and I let her pick this one out. I set all my games out, that are like this, and was like, take a pick. And she almost went for Wolf Among Us, but every game that we've played outside of Night Shift and the Complex, there's always a detective, and she wanted to get out of the detective thing, so went for campy horror instead,
Right
which I
on.
was happy about. And then I still have the other two. Like I've got so many of these fucking games because I have the other two that just came out that were made by the people who did Until Dawn. Man of Medan, and I also have Little Hope, which I've played both of those, and I mean they were all right, but they didn't keep up with the quality that Until Dawn had. As
Yeah.
far as that series went, I do think I'm gonna like the next one that I'm gonna pick for us to play is gonna be Wolf Among Us because I just think that definitely detracts. It's animated. Your fantasy characters. Yeah, it's another detective game, but you're definitely more of doing that. It's either going to be that or Mom is interested in playing the Batman Telltale game.
Oh, right on. I think one thing about this genre of games, like, and I don't want to say there's no gray area, even though I just said that because it's cliche, but like, people either get these games or they don't get them. They're either in the camp of like, oh, this is cool, it's like a movie and a game, or there's the other camp where if I wanted to watch a fucking movie, I'd just watch a movie. I like these kind of games. It just depends. Like you said, Ellen Page crying the game, I can do without all that shit. It just depends how they're executed.
Yeah, it depends on how they're executed and what the story is. I mean, some of the stories are worse than others, but I did get a new one for the Switch, a new FMV game. Oh yeah, the other game there that she wants to play is Erica, which that game's also completely different. That's another though. It's an FMV. I mean, all the actors. It's a actual like movie. But I got this game called She Sees Red. I got it on the Switch today
Yeah.
for like $2. Um, Looks interesting. I mean, that's one of the only FMV games that I have for the Switch. The only other one I have is Night Trap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that's a game that's so bad it's good. You kind of got to just have it.
Oh
you know?
God, yeah. That game's just whenever they put it out, I was like, oh, this is fun. I have to own it. I never owned it before. I had played it before, but I had never owned it.
Right.
So now I've got this game that it was so controversial. I mean, that's what created the ESRB system.
Yeah.
Some people argue that Mortal Kombat did, and no, Night Trap really was the one that had people freaking out.
Yeah. Thank you, Dana Plato.
Oh my God, those women are in danger. You know.
I think they should keep going. I think they should just knock out a Ground Zero Texas, a Corpse Killer, keep all those terrible fucking.
Ground Zero Texas is actually coming out.
Is it? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Another big one, and people are gonna fucking probably be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm probably you too. I never played any of the newer Tomb Raider releases in the past couple years, and I've been going there. I beat the first one. Now I'm on Rise of the Tomb Raider. And I got to tell you, man, really well done. I'm really enjoying them so far. I don't know how Shadow of the Tomb Raider is going to play out. I haven't touched that one yet, but I'm about middle of Rise. Have you spent time with any of these 3 games of the remakes of Tomb Raider?
The Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I played the first one that came out, but aside from that, I did not.
How about back in the day on PSX? Were you into Tomb Raider at all, or you're just like, this camera's garbage?
Oh yeah. I played the first and the second one. Those were the only real 2 that I played on PSX. And then I kind of got out of it. I did play 3, but I never finished it.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that the first Tomb Raider has aged like milk, but it's kind of the sign of the times. It kind of gets a pass. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just the controls were always kind of hard to get down, and then it got to the point where it was like you were memorizing everything just to get through it. 2 was a little bit more action based. You could make more decisions on how to go about stuff. It was a little bit more open world,
more refined.
Yeah, and then 3, I'd say. Well, then there was also what was it, Legacy? Yeah, there was Legacy as well, though, where you start out as you're playing as a young Lara Croft.
Yeah, I never played
that one. I think it was Legacy. It was one of the other ones on PSX. There was a total of 4 PSX games, and I'm pretty sure Legacy was the one where you play it as a kid and it goes back and forth. That one was all right. I mean, yeah, they haven't aged that well at all, and then you compare them to the reboot.
Yeah.
I mean, the reboot was very refined and smooth, a little repetitive. It definitely was, you felt like you were playing Uncharted most of the time.
Right. And people say that take a lot, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's a reason it's called Dude Raider. I mean, Tomb Raider did it first. But yeah. I think my biggest complaint with what I've played with the new Tomb Raiders, it's kind of my biggest complaint in general with a lot of these action-oriented modern gaming games, is where and not to go back to the Heavy Rain and stuff, because it's kind of apples and oranges, but sometimes I feel like I'm watching a movie with my hand being held as opposed to playing a fucking game. And I think the first reboot of Tomb Raider did that way more than Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider has way more of a open world type feel to it, with your camps and your upgrades, and I don't know. I'm liking what they did way better in Rise than the first Tomb Raider reboot. Even though the first Tomb Raider reboot is decent, I still prefer Uncharted. I just feel more in control, and I'm actually playing more of just a video game as opposed to watching a movie,
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, even the first Uncharted, though, was very repetitive.
Oh,
I don't want to go back and play it, because it's just run, hide, shoot, dodge, hide, shoot.
That fucking gunplay has, it's not the greatest.
But not aged well.
But at the time, it was like, this is cool,
Oh, yeah, at the time, it was like, this is fucking awesome. We had never seen anything like it. So...
Let's get off of that a little bit and get into probably first of all, Cyberpunk got a patch and it added a new bug, apparently. Have you played any of
now you can make a good phone call. Yeah, I haven't picked up Cyberpunk in a minute again, though. I need to get back into it. Just with everything with my living situation and everything right now, it just hasn't granted it, so.
Right. Well, we can skip over that one. We'll go to the big one, at least for us. The news of Knights of the Old Republic is getting a 3rd entry in the series, but an unknown developer apparently heavily rumored to be making it. Tannen.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Ubisoft that was going to end up actually making it.
Yeah. Since
Ubisoft has taken over on the Star Wars games.
Right.
That was just what I thought when I saw that. Oh yeah, of course, because and Disney's work, it is for them, and they pulled the plug on EA. Now Ubisoft is stepping in.
Yeah. Well, you know
So
what? Shame
I don't
on
know.
EA.
We'll see.
EA had a golden goose, in my opinion, with Battlefront 2, and they did EA things, and that's on them. You know.
Mhm.
But no, I'm
Yeah.
thoroughly excited for a new Knights of the Old Republic game. I don't know if this. My only fear is like this current, like this generation of like late teens, very early 20s. Can they even get into an RPG like this in modern gaming? Just where we're at when gaming now. You know what I mean? I think it'll sell well because it's Star Wars, and obviously, you know, your demographic is they're totally going for like us to like I would say late 40s because that was '04. That was the era that these games came out. I fucking love these games. Possibly my favorite Star Wars games, not named Battlefront 2 for PlayStation 2 ever released, are Knights of the Old Republic.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was eating a fry, but I shouldn't eat while we do this. Um, sorry, they were just in front of me. I'm like, ugh.
What kind of
Was
fries?
it
The viewers demand to know.
they're Arby's curly fries.
Oh well, then you get a pass because come on, man, it's Arby's.
And I got the remnants of a cheese cup still left, so I'm like,
Nice.
yeah.
I had some hot tots from Sonic tonight, covered in chili and cheese.
Oh, nice.
Can you
That
tell
was-
it's a slow news week, guys? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's developers over there at Arby's as well as Sonic. They know what they're doing. I think they're trying to appeal to this demographic.
they're gonna remaster the Arby's sauce and the horsey sauce. I heard unknown developer working on that too.
You know what I have to say about that? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, don't ever change the Arby's sauce recipe for fuck's sake. But no, I'm fucking hyped. I'm glad we're getting a new one. I hope it. I'm gonna say it, and people can give me shit. You can give me shit. I hope it doesn't do what Final Fantasy VII Remake did fully. I appreciate Final Fantasy VII Remake keeping up with the times and not going back to the old wheel. But this one, man, this is definitely because we all know Final Fantasy VII definitely has its moments where it's grindy as fuck, hasn't aged the best. It's kind of a chore at times, but at no point have any time I ever gone back for nights, one or two, where I felt like it was a chore, where it aged piss poor. Just a little graphical update was about my only complaint. You know, like I just want more of the same with these. Like, don't fuck with the wheel too much. Is all I ask.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to take it in that direction. I do have a feeling, though, too, it might end up being online. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I could definitely see that happening. I mean, we'll see. But my whole point is there, too, because they're going to Ubisoft to make Star Wars games, though. You know, like that's already been confirmed. And looking back, though, wasn't Ubisoft trying to develop... It was like a single-player, open-world Jedi game at one point.
I remember that. I do remember that.
So I wonder if we're actually going to get that now. I mean, we got Jedi Fallen Order, which it was a really good game. That was pretty good. You know, if you liked Dark Souls, you're going to love that one. And I did. You had to actually put effort into the combat and stuff.
Right.
And it had a great storyline. So I'm wondering, though, like, are they going to let Ubisoft do their thing and do that? Because they should, because the screenshots of that game looked badass. It would be nice, too, if they, like, went ahead and tried to put life back into 1313 as well, because, again, that game looked good.
Yeah. Yeah. So you think we're going to get, like, a World of Wookiee Craft if it goes online?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think or it's going to be more like, the Elder Scrolls Online games.
Right. Yeah.
Which is pretty much Warcraft. I mean, like, it's...
Either way, I'm fucking hyped, and I hope it's not a miss. I doubt it will be a miss, but I don't think we're gonna get this for a while. So I'm gonna strap in and I guess be patient.
Yeah.
Yep. Other than that, man, like we said, Jesus Christ, slow news week. It's almost time for the break here in a little bit. We're almost at 30 minutes. So I'm so proud of us for pulling this out of our ass.
Oh, yeah. And brought to you by Arby's and Sonic.
God, I wish we were sponsored by both of those so we get free Sonic and Arby's.
So badass.
We would be 400 pounds in a month. Shit. I guess I'll sneak this in real quick. This isn't, like I said, we're just pulling news out of our ass, and this is more of a Slam Pigs thing, but you can get in on this. WWE Network is actually shutting down, and they have been bought out by Peacock for $1 billion today. The entire WWE Network is going to move to Peacock, and I think it's a great business move. It's going to get way more eyes on it for WWE in the network, and I mean, shout out to Vince McMahon for pulling that off. You know, that's pretty fucking huge news, and not just for wrestling podcasts, but for entertainment in general. Just more mainstream eyes on that product. You know,
man, being owned by NBC.
Speaking of Peacock, I think it's fucking bullshit that this terrible Saved by the Bell remake, like where Zach's the governor, just put it on fucking Netflix for Christ's sake. I'm not gonna subscribe to fucking Peacock. I'm not doing it.
Well, you're going to do it now because all the wrestling stuff.
I don't have the WWE Network. I don't even have the WWE Network. I'm not worried about it. Those that know my wrestling DVD collection know that I don't need a fucking network. I have my own WWE Network.
I should get you like a prescription to Peacock for your birthday.
I would pop.
3 months later, like, oh god, I can't live without it.
I need my cock. That's got to be their slogan. Got to have that cock.
Give me that cock.
I think on that note, give me that cock. I think it's time for a break, Steve. Damn.
Okay.
When we come back, Jesus Christ, it's time for a game of the week. I got the raw end of the deal on this, and I only have myself to blame. It's Lethal Weapon right here, the reset button, SNES and NES version. When we come back, Tannen, want to take us a break?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll be back. Reset button. Stick around. And we're back. The reset button. Much better intro than what we had in store that you guys will never fucking hear. Picture it.
1941.
Hi, it's me, Stan. We're back. Golden Girls references out the ass off air, but we are on air, and that means, Tannen, second half of our show, and Jesus goddamn Christ, it's game of the week time. What are we playing this week, Tannen?
We played, well, you did, oh god, come on.
National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1?
Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1? Yeah, National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon.
Lethal Weapon? I had the NES version. Tannen apparently got the better end of the deal, the SNES version. I didn't play both. Tannen, you played both. I've never played the SNES version. So let me rip
Neither had I before. But now I got to do it, so...
Let me rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go in order how these games are. Both of these games were made by Ocean, a long-lost company from years past, Tannen. What are your fondest memories of Ocean? Not Billy, but just the company Ocean.
The Jurassic Park on SNES was my favorite.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. God, that game was hard.
Hands down. And you know what, the NES version of Jurassic Park isn't that bad either. But instead, it was always a top-down thing. But if you went into buildings in the Super Nintendo, it's a first-person shooter kind of deal all of a sudden.
A shitty, goddamn ancient first-person shooter. Like, that game was all right until that part, and the fact that there's no continues kind of just...
Oh, yeah, no continues and no save points. So, but it kept me occupied on very many a snow day when I was a kid. And beating it is very satisfying. It's a very satisfying game to finish.
Maybe we'll get to that someday. Jurassic Park, SNES and
Yeah,
NES. I wish
why not?
I wish it was today because God damn it, this is my pick this week and I knew what I was doing. I knew the shittiness that we were doing, but I didn't. God, it's not quite Predator on NES, but man, it's close. It's fucking close. The weirdest part about Lethal Weapon on the NES for me, my little mini review on it, to switch, you can be Riggs and Murtaugh, but to switch your guy, you think you could hit like select, like on the fly, like, just like a switch in a weapon. You walk to the left off screen and magically you're a black man who looks nothing like Danny Glover. Nothing. And the other guy, I don't know who the fuck that likeness was supposed to be, but that's not Mel Gibson. The bullets look like little penises. The enemies look like a bunch of overweight Balrogs and Fidel Castros without beards. It's fucking awful. Some of the worst hit detection I've ever seen. The music, I've heard worse. I gotta be honest. The best part about this game is probably the music. Fair to say, Tannen?
Yeah, I would say so for the NES version. Yeah.
But I feel like this game was made in 10 fucking minutes. Like no effort went into this game, I feel like, on the developers. And you played the NES too, so if you want to jump in on this, like there's no getting around it. There cannot be one fan of this game that ever existed, I feel like.
I mean, it definitely was geared because it was made around the same time and published around the same time as the SNES version. And when you play the two, they definitely were putting more work into the SNES version. Now, the SNES version is goofy, but the platforming just works. They look goofy. They're small people with big heads, but I mean, they have everything right. Mel Gibson's mullet, everything. Everything is correct. And these, in this game. And it's just, the SNES version is a great game versus the NES version. The graphics are pretty terrible. The backgrounds are terrible. The fact that you have to walk off screen to, change your character, which, you don't really realize that at first. You think you're just playing as Danny Glover the whole time. The SNES version, it kind of picks the characters for you. Everybody's gets their own level. So it makes sense with that. But yeah, you definitely got the short end of the stick. Mine, graphically is pretty good. The controls are really good. Everything is pretty solid. It's a solid platformer. It definitely feels like it's a clone of something. Can't put my finger on that one, on what it's a clone of. But just as far as it goes, though, I think the NES version was made just as a cash out.
Oh, totally.
And it was definitely made, though, to appeal to that, like, dad that was at home. Like, you have the old NES and dad doesn't have any games for Christmas. Well, let's get him Lethal Weapon. He'll love it.
And then they were always wondered why dad could never get into games. Just wasn't his thing. I love how I'm glad you brought that up, the backgrounds. I wasn't aware that Lethal Weapon took place in fucking Yellowstone Park, ancient Egypt, and it's not just that. The transitions are some of the worst I've ever seen. No.
It looks like you're running around on a Hollywood backlot.
Exactly. There's literally a part where you're it's like stage 2 and you're switching from that fucking campy Yellowstone Park shit to ancient Egypt with pyramids and shit, which by the way, it's supposed to be mountains. Great fucking job. I didn't know mountains were perfectly triangular. And you can literally see the split in the screen. Like, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Like, it's time to switch. It's fucking pathetic. It's awful. A 4-year-old kid could have made a better fucking background transition than that. Nothing about that game is good. Stay the fuck away from it. I don't care if you're an NES collector, and I know you sick fucks out there, you're gonna do it. You probably already done it. Shout out to Jim, drink beer, play a game. You just gotta collect every game to collect the games. If you're gonna collect it, don't ever put it in your NES, your Famicom. Gotta hope this didn't come out in Japan. I don't know if it did. Probably not. I just don't play it, and it's not worth 10 cents. It's not worth 10 shits on the toilet, Tannen. That's my review of the NES Lethal Weapon. I didn't play the SNES one now, but now, god damn it, I'm intrigued. You got me.
You should really play it. Like I said, I would pay $5 for it.
Do you remember the game Bonanza Brothers on Sega?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah, like I said, it's a platformer, and you have a gun. And it is cool because there's voice clips. I mean, Danny Glover even says he doesn't say I'm getting too old for this shit. He just says I'm getting too old for this. But then it's just dot dot dots.
Yeah.
Like it definitely, like I said, they put way more effort into the SNES version, and the other ones, they were like, oh, we'll just give it to the interns to put together.
Not even the interns. The fucking I don't even know. Christ.
But I mean, it's funny now that I'm looking at the list of Ocean games. Yeah, it's really similar in platforming wise to like Adam's Family Values. It's just very similar. The Ocean platformers, they all do have that same feel to them.
That's kind of slippery feel, but not broken.
Yeah, it's not broken. It's it's not the best, but it's not the worst either.
You get what you pay for.
Other games that Ocean has made, RoboCop. They made all 3 of the RoboCop games.
Ugh.
Of course, I just brought up Addams Family. Flintstones the movie, the game, which I think I just found your game of the week.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, for what it's worth, I did, when I was a kid, actually, my parents let me rent the Flintstones game for NES, which wasn't horrible. And that, and Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, which goes for way too fucking much now. Those weren't terrible.
I want you to do the SNES version of Flintstones, the video game.
That means you got to play the same game. You're aware of it.
Well, there's no NES version. There's a Game Boy version.
Oh, God. Well, you're getting the Game Boy version, then.
That's fucked.
You screwed your own pooch? That just sounds terrible.
We're doing movie-based fucking games as our game of the week. Yeah, let's go back to the summer of 1994. You know what we need to do, Travis, while we play these? We should get together and actually play these together, live stream both of them together, and eat McRibs while we do it.
I don't like the McRib, but I guess I'll suck it up for the sake of our show and the sake of the viewers.
Well, what came out, when the Flintstones movie came out at McDonald's? Oh, it was the fucking McRib.
Can I take the pickles off? Because pickles never belong on barbecue. That's bullshit.
You're gonna eat it the way they make
God
it.
Damn it, I don't want to eat it the way.
It's like, what? You're gonna play the Flintstones, the movie, the game on SNES, and you're gonna pick the pickles off of that? No, you're not. You're gonna play it the way it was intended to be played.
I feel like there's a metaphor in there somewhere. A McRib with the pickles taken off is just Flintstones movie, the game on Game Boy, right?
To be honest with you, looking at the reviews of this game, 8 out of 10. 82%, 3 stars. It can't be that fucking bad.
Now,
routine side scroller.
God.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
It does say that Taito's previous Flintstones games with graphics based on the cartoon were better.
We've reached a new low on this show, I feel like. We're bringing McRibs into it. Now I'm gonna turn it. Hey, Bond! Like Jesus Christ! God, Bonnie. God.
Oh, Chief Red.
Hey, you know what? If you come over, I'm gonna hold you to your word. We're gonna live stream. We're gonna do it together, and we will eat McRibs. Fine, deal.
We should dress up in Flintstones attire.
Look at
and we're gonna
borrow our girlfriends' dresses. Fucking
when they're I can't fit my girlfriend's dresses.
I can't either. It would be like a half shirt or something.
I mean, it would be hilarious to do so. If I even tried. But yeah, I also want to reenact. Like we gotta do the thing where they're driving in the car, do the Twitch.
I don't have any B-52s on vinyl, but
that sounds like blasphemy when it comes to your house.
I know, right? God knows we have every fucking thing else on vinyl. I don't have any bowling balls either, so we can't do like the Twinkle Toes, which is actually really sad.
And Bedrock, Twitch.
What was the joke I think it was you, or like a picture like B-52s. Covered.
Yeah, D-52s, but it's mother, tell your children not to walk my way.
I want to see you lie. Oh, God bless Danzig.
I got something to say. I killed your baby today, and it doesn't matter much to me as long as it's dead. Oh, boy.
We really have reached a new low. We're bringing the B-52s into it.
Fucking shit. B-52s. God, what is... oh, man.
With that being said, next week it's fucking on like next. But what do you grade for this week's? What's your official 1 out of 10 score for Lethal Weapon on SNES and respectively Lethal Weapon NES?
Lethal Weapon NES. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 for the NES. I mean, it's hilarious. It makes me laugh. That game makes me laugh.
So it got 4 points just based on laughing at it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it gave me giggles. The other one, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. No, 7. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because it's a solid platformer, and there is voices from the movie, and it has aged well. You know, sure, the avatars, like I said, they've got really small bodies with big heads. They look a little goofy, but even Mel Gibson has his mullet. Come on, this is good. This is good shit right here. You got mullets.
Does Danny Glover at least have his mustache in the SNES one? Because on the NES one, it's just a blank fucking face.
You know what? I didn't really pay much attention. He's like wearing like a leather jacket for whatever reason.
Wow. I'm gonna grade Lethal Weapon on NES a 2. A fucking 2. The only reason it gets those 2 points, A, because it's better than Predator, which is a fucking 1, and the 2, the music was pretty decent. Other than that, good God almighty, what a shit show fuckfest that was. Stay away, don't ever play it. Where can everyone catch you? What you do, and all that good stuff. Picture it. The reset button 2021.
1941. You can catch me at Tannen's Bomb on Twitter. I have a Facebook if anybody ever wants to stop by there. You can find me. It's fun. We also have a Facebook page, our reset button page. Show it love. It needs love. Like a flower that needs to be grown. You can.
You bored yourself on your own outro there.
You can catch Travis at the Hibiki TMD on Twitter, of course. Always like and subscribe that channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's good for you. And be sure to watch all of Travis's other great shows that are in the channel because they're good for you too.
They're inside the channel. Open it up. Take a peek.
Take a peek in there.
Unwrap a smile. Subscribe today.
Yeah, and you know what? For every like and subscribe we get, we'll say thank you for being a friend.
Yep, and we will send your own personal cameo. We will sing thank you for being a friend if you subscribe today for $500 a cameo. And a Snickers dark bar if you're good.
One night only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
As always on Twitter, like Tannen said, at the Hibiki TMD, hit that red button down below, subscribe. All the goodness, retro gaming, pro wrestling, heavy metal podcast, Terry Bollea's bullshit, everything in between. Get your official reset button t-shirt, unionsmack.bigcartel.com, and of course, catch me every Monday night, usually Broken Optics on Twitch, the Monday Night Melee, TJ Mellow Dottie, Optic, my main man. If it's a co-op game, bet your sweet pretty little hairy ass we're gonna check it out. Until then, Tannen, the reset button. Let's hit it. Hi, it's me, Stan.